All right. Okay. So first of all, has everyone in the group got development appraisal template?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you have it. Okay. Baisal and Kishore sir, just ask me and I'll forward it to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Development appraisal is very, very simple. Okay. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay. All you're feeding in is, and you, development appraisal must always be reverse engineered. Okay. You never start from, okay, this is the purchase price. Purchase price is the last thing, even though it may say at the top what the purchase price might be, but you work your way back to the front, which means that you first start with development cost, as in what is your construction cost? And then you add the professional fees, and then you add the finance cost, that's your debt and equity. And then you add another 25% profit margin, and then you come to the purchase price. When you do it reversed, you will get a number that will leave enough profit margins for you in the first place. And then without the appraisal, you cannot negotiate any deal at all. You cannot negotiate any deal. If you try and negotiate a deal without an appraisal, the chances of you getting that number wrong is well over 90%. Okay? So do not ever negotiate and talk numbers unless you have a full appraisal in place in the first place. Okay? It's very, very simple. All you do is development cost, as in construction cost. You can add it with, depending on the region, it's anywhere between 200 to 2,000 a square foot. Okay, so if you're in central London and you need to get that spec level, it could cost you 2,000 a square foot. While if, let's say, you're in Greater London, let's say you're in Wembley or you're in Croydon or you're in any of the Greater London regions, if you do a good job, as in cost-effective job, you can get away with 250 a square foot. Okay, that's how you got to calculate. So you don't necessarily, if you're building something from scratch, you don't necessarily need a builder. What you do need, you do need is an architect who can tell you potentially how many units you can get, gross internal area, so on and so forth, and that will allow you to calculate your cost. Okay. For stuff like that, please speak with Nav. He would be able to help you. Okay. So you add again the development cost, you add your finance cost, your professional fees, your profit margin, and that will allow you to calculate your purchase price. Okay. Remember, we are in the space of adding value to a piece of land. And we do not want to develop. I don't want to develop. I only want to add value to the land and sell it. Okay. So I am not inclined towards developing. I'm inclined towards just adding value to the land and doing a paper exchange. Okay. That's how you look at development appraisal. Before you go into a meeting with a landlord, okay, you want to have what they call the fact packet numbers, which are on your sheet in the first place. If you scroll up to your sheet on the development side, it tells you purchase price, well, at least in most cases. It tells you the profit margin on the cost. It tells you the GDV in most cases. Yeah. So you already have that fact packet appraisal, even though that's about 90% accurate. But then you keep doing your appraisals. Remember, there are 3-level appraisals. And when you get to the second level appraisal, the first one you already have on your sheet. The second one, when you get to, you dig deeper into the numbers, come closer to the GDV, so more accurate GDV numbers. And then you also work on all the technical abnormalities on the site. So you start to hire consultants. In some cases, you may be able to work it out yourself. But in other cases, you'll have to hire consultants to what the cost might be. For example, utilities, if there is some problem with the ground, any underpinning, there's a whole lot of things. There's a list called site abnormals that I have. If I haven't shared it, please do ask me and I'll share it with you. Okay? It's called the site abnormals. That's your phase 2 appraisal. And then the phase 3 level appraisal is very, very detailed. You know exactly point to point your GDV. That means you speak with 3 or more as local estate agents. They will give you an indication, and then you work out your GD from that point. Okay? Remember, don't just take the word of estate agents as it is. They're in the business of getting business from you. So they'll always give you a higher selling rate, while in most cases they can't achieve that, especially Foxtons. Okay? Foxtons will come and tell you, oh, we can sell this for $500,000. They can't. You'd be lucky if they tell you $500,000 and you sell it for $450,000. Okay? While there are other estate agents who are slightly better than them. Seville's, some local estate agents would be a lot more accurate. In any case, you must speak with 3. As in, if you're taking builders, you take 3 quotations. If you're doing your procurement, you're buying material, you always take 3 quotations. Anything that you do, you always take 3 quotations. Because let's say if you have an investor on board, at some point, if things don't quite work in your favor, then you can actually show them that, look, I have taken quotations for everything that we've done to the point, and you save it in your drive. Okay? At least they would know that you've done it the right way. Okay? And that's down to even buying a gas or a fridge or whatever that might be. Even the smaller items when you're building something, you still must take 3 quotations and go with one, and then you save those quotations on your drive, so you're answerable to the investors. Okay? When you're looking at, for example, block and hotel management leads, it's a lot lesser research. Okay? All you need to do is find out who the landlord is, how long has he been doing it, is he tired, is he looking to sell, what is he planning to do? You don't need to dig any further. Your appraisal is very, very basic, as in the cost of managing a block or the cost of managing a hotel. I have shared spreadsheets on them as well. Okay, so if you haven't got it, just please ask me, and someone in the group would be able to forward it to you, and I can do it too. It's in my inbox. Okay. The cost of running a hotel is, again, very, very basic. Everything is listed in the spreadsheet for you to consider, down to even laundry. Okay? Okay? Any questions at this stage? Any questions? Grace, any questions?
No
pressure.
Okay. I think it was Nav who said, yeah.
Yeah. Just quickly, Jack. I mean, I have my clients who have hotels and blocks of flats and all that. Sometime I have approached so many over time, and suppose like hotels, maybe he doesn't want to give the whole hotel as a management, but I said, can you give me 2 or 3 rooms?
No, that's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea, yeah.
Remember now, we are talking about taking a hotel on 30 or more rooms minimum, because then you can afford a manager,
Right,
and then take your laptop and be anywhere in the world. You do not want to create a cage.
yeah.
When
okay.
you take smaller units, you only create a cage, because then you're responsible for everything. But when you can hire a full-time manager in a hotel, let me share something very interesting with you.
Yeah.
I have 2 hotels that get managed by someone else, and I just look after the money and the marketing and reviews. That work is only 3%. 97% of the work is on-ground operations by a manager. Okay. So I can do it from anywhere in the world while the manager is dealing with all the firefighting. Okay. But I still enjoy the profits. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I was like 25 years old, in fact, when I was like 15, when I joined my family business when I was like 14, okay? By the time I was 18 or 19, Nafsa, I realized that we don't have a business, we have a cage, okay? Because we had to get up and go to office almost every day, okay? So when I was like 25, this is 20 years ago, I knew even at that point that when you touch a business, you must never ever be managing it yourself. Never. You are supposed to be an investor and not a manager. Okay, there's three levels, right? You have the technical man, you have the manager, and then you have the investor. Which position do you want to be in? The technical man making a coffee, doing plumbing? Do you want to be the manager checking people in and out and managing day-to-day operations? Or do you want to be the investor and sitting and making the most money? Okay, please do not do anything that where you get stuck at. I hope that answers your question. Emma, yeah, Anara, go ahead.
I have a question. Last time when we met on site, you mentioned about hotels in Blackpool, and you told you had someone like franchisee woman, and she had very bad management of hotel, and you told like she has to move to Blackpool to be in control. But it depends on hotel. If hotel like in management is not good, you still have to be around
Of
to
course,
check.
yes. Yes. So imagine you hire a manager, he's doing a bad job. You have no choice but to go and remove him, go and take over, and then hire another manager, train him, her, and then come back. Listen, nothing ever comes easy. Okay, nothing ever that's worthwhile comes easy. However, I can tell you from my experience, I've still got 3 hotels and I do probably 1% of the work, if that. Okay. So, but I still enjoy the profits. Okay. It depends a lot on your leadership. I remember writing this, I think a couple of weeks ago, that it's the same playing field for you, Bezos, Musk, me, you, everyone. It's the same playing field. The only difference is the leadership skills. Okay.
Yeah, it's a quick one, basically. Even to train somebody, you have to know that you should have done it, isn't it? Just to give them guidance and stuff. So
that is right, Baisal.
Yeah, you have to do that operational bit anywhere at one point, is it?
That is right. That's exactly what we are here for. So we have, Baisal, to give you an indication, we have a little over 200 hours of pre-recorded trainings. A little over 200 hours. And we do these sessions every week, sometimes even twice a week. Okay. So anything to do with managing a hotel, anything to do with managing a block, anything to do with development and planning gain, we can cover it. All you have to do is just say, look, Jack, can you cover this aspect? And then we jump on that next session or the session after, and we cover that aspect. Okay. I hope that makes sense. And I'm talking about really, really, really detailed into me being able to show you behind the scene of what we do. And then we heavily cover leadership skills, persuasion skills, creativity, and strategy. Okay? Because without leadership and persuasion skills, you're not going to scale your business. Okay? So we are very, very heavy on persuasion and leadership skills. Okay? Any more questions, Baisal?
No.
Okay. Nav, any questions?
No.
Anara, any questions? Kishore sir, any questions?
I probably need to pick this up separately, Jack. I'm still trying to understand what the actual franchise is about. I'm trying to, everything I'm hearing, I'm putting pieces together to solve the
That's
puzzle.
okay. It's connecting the dots. It's pixels in a picture. That's okay. When you jump on a call with me later, you can ask me as many questions as you like.
Right, thanks.
Damir, any questions?
No questions, Jack.
Ahmed sir, any questions?
No, all good.
Dave, any questions? Dave, any questions? No. Grace, any questions?
No.
Okay, that's our second session.